So we, my family and I, our husband and daughter, are going to, we live in a small town. We're going to the tree lighting ceremony downtown. So I thought it would be fun to do a festive-ish look. I'm going to do purples. So maybe not festive so much as just fun. So I'm going to chat while I don't usually chat and talk and do my makeup. I feel like probably because it will take way too long. But I'm going to jump right in. I have already primed my face. This is probably the most expensive item I'm going to use. I've really been into drugstore items. I was a Saint beauty artist, direct sales for almost 2 years, and I have backed away from it. It just was taking too much of my time, and I felt like I wasn't using a bunch of products. There's nothing wrong. They have really great products, and they worked very well, and I liked the way they performed, but going back to some old favorites and trying out, like, who knew there was $5 eyeshadows and foundations at Walmart and Dollar General? I had no idea personally, so I'm really enjoying looking into those things. One of the primers I have been using is the Wet n Wild Redness, and after I put on this one, I realized I probably should have used this one, because I did just run for 15 minutes on my treadmill, and my face is still pretty red after I put that primer on, so we'll see how the foundation does it. But anyways, this is one of my favorites, the Minimize Pore Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's moussey. If you've never, like a whipped mousse, that's what it looks like. I don't want to squeeze it out because then I'll waste it, but you can't tell. It's like a whipped mousse almost. That's what it feels like to me. And it makes my face so smooth, like silky smooth. Almost like you feel like it's still just sitting on your skin. But anyways, it's not. It's in. Okay. I told you, this is why I don't talk. So I am going to be using the Believe brand foundation. This is Dollar General. Medium to full coverage. I feel like it's definitely medium. It's called Believe Beauty Skin Finish, and I'm using the color Delicate Ivory. I do think this is probably one shade too light for me, but after I put on bronzer, contour, all of that stuff, I feel like it finishes out really well. And this is actually the Believe Beauty brush. I've been using it, but then I go in with a sponge and also a beauty blender and blend it. But when I put this on my face, one, because my face is still red and I think it's maybe a shade too light, it's probably going to look extremely pale, but once it's finished, it works. I feel like I put too much on yesterday, so I'm going in with less today, but I can already feel like I want more. And the reason I said I feel like it's medium coverage is you can see I do have some sunspots up here that it doesn't cover with just one layer. So that's why I don't feel like it is full coverage. I don't know. This doesn't say if it's recommended for oily or dry or whatever skin. I am definitely combo dry my T-zone like a lot of people, and normal everywhere else. I'm in North Carolina, and it is very humid in the summer, to where I feel like I don't have any dryness because there's just so much moisture running around. But in the winter, I get very dry. Okay, I'm just gonna tap this around. It's definitely dry around my nose right now. I just realized I didn't moisturize. So that's probably why it doesn't look its absolute best. So there's that. I have really been liking this foundation. I do want to try maybe one shade of it. I was gonna get 2 shades to see which one worked best and possibly mix the two in case the other one was, the next one up is too dark, but they were out of that one just at my local Dollar General. So this is also Believe Beauty concealer. It's Pearl. Also really been liking this. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I was watching Raw Beauty Christie earlier, and I don't know if it was a recent video, but I was watching it earlier, and she made a comment about she knows she does her concealer old school compared to the way new people are doing it under her eyes, and I was like, I totally relate with that, because she made a comment, and I do it both ways. I do it the other way. Ooh, that's the other way when I feel like I want to go more natural. But she made a comment that it just is so true, is you put it on the inner corner and then out here, and then you blend in. So it really is spreading it all over your under eye anyway, right? So totally relating with that. So I'm going to set my under eye with the, I've made a mess with this stuff, with the Believe Beauty Matte Blur Loose Powder in the shade Translucent. I'm going to take my little baby beauty blender there. Ooh, I just made a mess again. This, when it says matte blur, it also makes just my under eye completely smooth. It feels so silky. I could rub my eyes. Just kidding. All right, so my under eyes are set. Next I'm going to use, and you know, I was always like, this is a no-no. You're not supposed to contour that way with bronzer. Bronzer and contour are different. But I've been doing it a lot lately, doing contour with bronzer, and I'm loving it. Having worn cream products for so long, I'm super loving powder products again, if I'm being honest. So this is Wet n Wild's Color Icon bronzer in the shade Sunset Striptease. Hey. The biggest complaint I have about this is maybe I'm just a wimp, but this thing's hard to get open. I shouldn't have done, oh, there it goes. So not a huge fan of the hard to open part of it, aspect. This is a Saint Beauty brush. I love it for, this end is so great for contouring. Well, this one too for your nose, so. It's not my favorite on my forehead. I usually apply it, well, I'm about to, on my forehead with this and then blend. Because we're going out and it's still like 4 hours away, I am going a little more heavy than what I would normally do, I feel like. See how pretty that is? I do like a dramatic contour, but the other shade I've been using is in the Believe Beauty Get Glowing Highlight and Contour Palette in light medium. That bronzer shade is really good for a more natural. See how that foundation looks so pale, but now as I get the bronzer on and it just warmed it right up. I'd rather, personally, my foundation be too light than too dark. I feel like I hear a lot of people say the opposite, but okay, so now I'm gonna do my nose. It's so windy out and I can't keep up with the leaves in the air. I almost dipped that into my mirror. I'm by no means a beauty guru, like the people getting millions and millions of views on YouTube. I just love to play in makeup, and I don't do proper methods probably. I just did that again. What is with that? I got into makeup, it's been 8.5 years now when I got into it, and it was all because my husband and I got married in the San Francisco Bay Area, and when I looked up makeup artists and stuff like that, I was like, there's no way, we're not rich people, that I could afford any of those makeup artists to do my makeup, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I started watching YouTube videos and was like, I'm gonna figure this out. And I kind of taught myself how to just look like a normal human being, and then I went from there. So I'm gonna go into, for blush, this is the Get Glowing Highlight and Contour Palette that I mentioned earlier, and it just is light medium. It doesn't have a separate name for the blush shade, if that makes sense. But this is a really good fall. This highlight's amazing. I'm gonna use it too. So I do my blush up pretty high. I feel like I have good cheekbones already, but we can make them look even better. Why wouldn't you, right? So I'm just gonna kind of blend those two together, the bronzer that I used as contour and the blush. And then I'm gonna go into this illuminator. Again, it doesn't have a separate name, but it's very gold, I think it's golden shimmery. Watch this. See how pretty that is? This wouldn't be an everyday wear highlighter. It is a little bit more glammy, sparkly than I would wear like as an everyday. I like the white tone based illuminators on a daily basis. You know, if I'm going to a doctor's appointment or something. Blend that in. All right, so that's my face. And let's go over to the eyes. So I'm gonna be using for the eyes the Profusion Nude Bliss palette. I want to do some of these deep purples that are down here. Let me open it. I'm scared to take the screen off. I'm gonna do some of these down here. I think, I don't know. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to, it did come with a brush, so I'm going to use, is the eyebrow gel? Oh, okay. It's Diet Coke, not a beer. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the shade Doll right here. I did use this color the other day, and I'm gonna put it above the crease, and in the outer corner it's gonna just be my transition shade here. Let me get a closer up mirror here. I used this palette yesterday, and I was actually pretty impressed. I typically like to do my eyeshadow first to get rid of fallout, and I didn't have any. So that was really good. I was impressed with that. And then I'm going to switch to a fluffier brush by Saint. to do the next color. And I'm gonna go into this purple color down here. Oh, it doesn't look purple on the camera, but it's a purplish shade called Medieval. I'm gonna take the fluffy, a fluffier brush. I have not used this shade. I'm gonna put that in my crease. And I like using this fluffy brush in my crease because then it spreads it onto the bottom lash line a little bit on its own. When I go into my crease, I try to leave my eyes open. Since that's how the world sees my eyeshadow. I don't know, I feel like this, that first shade I put on is not even on this side. Santa doesn't care tonight, right? The tree lighting ceremony. Okay, so I don't feel like Medieval, this purple color is as dark as I wanted it to be, which is fine, I guess. I'm gonna go into, with the dense end of my brush, this sparkly pink or purple one right here. It is Mystique. See if it adds a little. Oh, it is feels thick. Yeah, it didn't come off at all there. I might have overloaded my brush. Let's see if my blending skills. Oh, there is some fallout. Darn it. Try to brush that away. Oh, that looks like it just blended right off my face. Let's pounce it in. I'm really sad about this fallout. Fluffy brush go. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah. Thank goodness for setting powder. I thought it would be much more purple, the whole look. But I think it looks pretty. I just thought it would be more purple. I'm gonna take on my lid and I'm gonna put this shade right here called Awake. It looks like a, I don't know, mauvey brown. Who is calling me? Call denied. So I used to feel like it was always a guy, a spam call guy. I can't remember what his name was, but lately it's been a female Cameron. So I'm just spraying some setting spray on my finger and going into that shade, ooh, Awake. I think it's gonna awake my eyes. This look is just not turning out to what I thought it was gonna be. I don't have anything against it. It just was not the intended look of the day. Thought it was gonna be a purpley party. And it is almost 3 o'clock and the sun's already going down. This is much more coppery. That's the word I'm looking for. Coppery of a color than I thought. Well, there's that. Okay, so now let's do eyeliner real quick. This is the Believe Beauty Long Lasting eyeliner in the shade Caviar. I'm not a false lashes girl. I want to be, but I can't put them on my face to save my life. And it never fails. I go thicker on this eye, so then I have to go back over to this eye. And then I'm gonna put a little bit down here, just a little bit, because I want to blend with eyeshadow. I don't want black to be the color. I will say, I feel like I have said that a lot of times during this video. I'm gonna say, I wasn't frequently setting my under eye with translucent powder previously for the last couple weeks. And I've noticed the transfer of eyeshadow, eyeliner, all of that, shocker, has just been amazing, like non-existent. So I am here for that. I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna do something I never do, and I don't like to do it, but I just don't want to put any of the colors I put on my eye, on my under eye. So I'm gonna go into this chocolatey, it's not really chocolatey, this brown color Cozy with a flat paddle brush here. And just short back and forth motions. Blend out the eyeliner with that eyeshadow. See that difference? Or not, I don't know. I do. And then I'm just gonna bring that in with next to nothing left on the brush to the inner corner. There we go. So as mentioned, no false eyelashes here. Just gonna do mascara. I will say, when it comes to eyelashes, I could do a lot worse. So that's good. I always have to like, I'm always told I don't squeeze this guy enough. So I'm gonna use, I know I feel like I'm using all Believe products besides the eyeshadow, which I almost am, but Believe Beauty Volume Eyes Mascara in Intense Black. It's pretty good, right? And then for the bottom lash lines, eyelashes, I just wiggle back and forth. I am good at making a huge mess. Of my under eyes after I've done everything, which is awful. So there's those, guys. And then next I'm gonna use I'll show you guys this Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. It's in medium brown and I think it's a pretty good color. I don't know why I just threw that. I definitely am not a crazy brow person. I like to do my brows with the basic brow ways. However, I feel like I have good thick eyebrows, and so I don't usually shape them. There's not a lot to shape in my opinion. They do need a good old waxing right now and a trim. And I barely put anything on the end too. This thing is very uniquely shaped. Nothing I've ever seen before. All right, and then last I'm gonna do, break everything. I'm gonna do lips. So this is Believe Beauty shade. It's Satin Crush Lipstick in Vintage Romance. I have super dry lips right now and I have been making a mess when I'm doing my lips. So I've just been outlining with the same color I'm gonna put on, but I just like rub this across this little, let me take one more drink before I do this. All right. Honestly, I just stink at putting on lipstick. And it doesn't help when I have these super dry lips. So I just try to, it's like tracing what you're gonna color before. I also do that when I color with my daughter. So yeah, just a super light outline with the same color that I'm gonna be putting on my lips. See, I make a mess. And then I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Slicks lip gloss in the shade Raspberry Voice. This side of my lip looks uneven. All right, and that is my look for going to see Santa and the tree lighting ceremony, and it starts in 2 hours. So this isn't a wear test. I'm not going to come back and show you guys how it stayed, but I hope you have an awesome day, and thanks for watching. And give me ideas of what to do, what brands I don't know about, and I'm excited to try. So would love to hear what you guys have been using or you want me to try. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.